So we thank you for coming on Heritage Hip Hop and teaching us about comics, responsibility, culpability,
absolutely,
humanity, accountability, all the illities. We thank you for everything. Thank you so much. Please give them your Instagram so they can contact you and get these wonderful books.
All right, my Instagram is k.caraballo. That's a K period. Caraballo is CARABALLO. And then we have Dummie Comics has an Instagram as well. That's at DUMMIE Comics INC.
So everybody, please send me the art so we can put some of the book covers at the end of the video when the music plays, because we want to sell these books.
Absolutely.
Now it's time for my favorite part of the interview, which is the rapid fire questions, which are not yes or no questions. And as you've seen in the video before, I ask questions that are not fluff questions, but thoughtful questions about you.
Absolutely.
But because of the genre that you're in, I'm gonna ask you questions about hip hop music and also comic books.
Okay.
So let's go.
Let's do it.
Being that hip hop is a genre of many genres, what part of hip hop influenced you to become the man that you are?
Jay-Z.
So a person did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jay-Z.
The businessman, the musician, a whole?
Both, man.
How?
Cultural icon, man. That guy lives it, man. And he's seen it all, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jay-Z's music and
Jay-Z's
business,
music and his business sense.
that's what helped you form your identity.
Absolutely, yeah.
How?
As in just being more than just school educated. Being, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So getting your hands dirty and learning the world.
Absolutely.
Okay. That's very interesting that you say that, because most of the things we learn in school, we actually do take with us. We just don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
Like people be like, I hate math.
Yeah,
You gotta pay your bills.
I wasn't big at math, but when
Or
it came to money, I was good with money, you know.
Or people be like, I hate history. Why I gotta learn about this?
That's important.
But if you look at Donald Trump, this is Andrew Jackson's presidency all over again.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't alive when Andrew Jackson was alive. Oh, yes, you are. No. But let's continue.
Absolutely.
Hip hop and comics is married not through lyrics only. Hip hop and comics has been married through corporate sponsorship. Voltron was a Pepsi commercial.
Yeah.
The Five Deadly Venoms was a Pepsi commercial. Carl Kenai does fashion. Comic books have been referenced in songs. If you could take one book that you've created, how would you cross that over into other genres? Besides a movie, of course, or a TV show.
Action figures.
The action figure with toy I'm collecting is big because of nostalgia.
Absolutely.
And limitability. Who would you create? Who's the number one choice?
For the toy?
Yeah.
Just the grip.
Pistol Grip? Because he's a hero?
Besides that, and children love them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you get the idea, the mind of a child. You got the parent, because they're going to spend the money.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. But I mean, it's also that, and I thought of actual clothes, like actual T-shirts and stuff.
Okay.
I feel the characters can be marketable in that sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. So, going back to hip hop now, who would feature as doing the theme song to a character of yours?
Who would I feature?
Who would you want to do the character theme song?
Like to do the theme song?
Like Lil Romeo did in Static Shock. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
You know, Another Bad Creation did Spider-Man. Like, what would you do?
Like who would I have?
Who would
like
you want to do
MC
the theme song for a character of yours?
Who would I do? Yeah, my homie Face.
Scarface?
No, my homie Face.
Oh, Face? Somebody you know named Face?
Yeah, from New Jersey.
Oh, the rapper Face? My dude Face from York.
Yeah.
That's my guy. Yo.
Yeah. He did this fucking song for a comic book. It was so dope that I was like, yeah, I would get my homie Face.
Is it the one on his album, or is it on the Comic Con's album?
Nah, it's not on. Nah, he did there was a comic that came out called Bo the Plushy Gangster.
Okay.
But he did a song for it.
Okay.
That was kind of sick.
Face is my guy, yo.
Yeah, that's my dude.
I like Face's music.
That's my dude. I love Face. Yeah, that's my dude. Like,
okay.
that's a dude that like I genuinely love that dude. Like, cause he's a cool dude. Like for real. Like as a homie. Like I know him. Like, and we ain't even kick it like that. But I love that dude because he's just his whole like the way he is. Yeah, he's a cool motherfucker. Like, I love that guy.
Shout out to Face, yo.
Yeah, shout out my guy Face. Yeah.
Face is the
I'll
man.
give my homie Face the love instead of somebody else.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's dope. Because then you're keeping it loyal, and that's something that a lot of people don't have today. Is loyalty.
Yeah.
But when it comes to loyalty, a brand is loyal. And unfortunately, we live in a world where comic books are ran by two brands.
Yeah.
And the brands actually suck, in my idea. I don't think Marvel is good. I think the movies make them relevant. I don't think DC is good.
I think Marvel.
I think the games keep
I think
them relevant.
Marvel's in the movie business now.
Right.
Marvel,
I mean, and they're Disney now.
They don't care about those comics, man.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, no, they will, because now that they got owned by Disney, they're gonna have to make revenue all over the place.
But you think they're making that much of those comic books enough to keep that going?
If the movies made the comics change, yes, because at the end of the day, you need children to still carry your line.
Absolutely. But then why? And then it's like the thing of why are comic book stores closing everywhere?
Comic book stores are closing because of technology, not books.
You think because of like Amazon and?
No, I think comic books stores are closing because of technology.
So you think more people are reading?
I think more people are on tablets than are on books, because there's a movement to get rid of books and to go more digital.
Yeah, but that's fueled by them. That's fueled by
Right, them,
That's
exactly.
them. Yeah, that's them. Yeah.
Because, like I said, Marvel is ran by the movies, and their money's gonna be made off of games. DC's was made off of games, then books, and they're transitioning to the movies. That's why they're so behind.
But they were mostly on TV. Their bread and butter was mostly TV,
which is movies. It's the same thing.
I mean, it's the same thing. Yeah, essentially. Yeah, same thing.
Because I mean, think about it. With DC, if you take the Flash and Green Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow off, you still have the Batman, DC animated.
Yeah.
You still have Flashpoint and
Another thing too, in those companies, man, they have thousands and thousands of characters
and thousands and millions of dollars.
That too, and they don't utilize the thousands and thousands of characters.
Which goes to my next question of why we brought this up.
Yeah.
Dummie Comics gets a $22 billion. You smiling? It gets a $22 billion budget.
Man, your words to God tears.
That's what I want. Yes, please, Lord.
I can use 22 billion.
Word. So you get a $22 billion budget. Mm-hmm. How are you growing the brand of Dummie Comics to compete with the big two?
I mean, obviously the things you just said, video games.
So who would be your character for the video game?
I could see it like, imagine Manifesto as like the Scarface game, or like
Telltale.
Yeah. So kind of like Grand Theft Auto. Imagine that. Imagine that Spider-Man game, but with pistol grip.
That would be interesting.
Obviously, besides you said besides movies, right? Obviously, movies, cartoons. Cartoons would be sick. I think cartoons would be sick. I would do it more into that, but I would even go like a different step further, because I see a different thing for Dummie Comics as well, not just in the comic, just in comic books.
Right.
But like I have ideas for like digital content and like different things, and doing like creative things as far as like with comic books, but more on the entertainment side.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If video killed the radio star and the internet killed the industry, what's going to kill comics or take it to the next level?
What's going to kill it?
Or take it to the next level, force it to change?
I mean, it would have to be a company that competes with the big two.
So what would they do then?
They would have to come like on
What do you think?
On a thing, like what I think, like on a creative level, I think it's just. I don't think anything can kill that, because they have time on their hands, because they have things that have been bubbling for they've been in the game almost 100 years. You don't stay relevant for 100 years.
They've been bubbling.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it would have to take, like I said, a company that controls the market share. It would have to take somebody.
Market share.
Yeah. it would have to take someone to, build, do what they did, build a brand, build characters. Again, it's time that really has to be the thing, I would feel.
Okay. So understanding that, because I don't want to stay on Marvel and DC, but I do have to reference it. What were the most pivotal stories that inspired you, that came from comics, that helped your writing style?
Secret Wars.
Which one?
First one.
The very first one? The Black Suit Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Okay. How did that affect you and make you a better creator?
Well, I mean, how did it... Because that's my favorite comic. That's the one that was like, when I bought it and I found it, I think it was the Hunt that made me love it, that made me fall in love with it. But there's this specific panel, man, where Mr. Fantastic is working on Iron Man, and he takes off like the armor from his arm, and you see that it's a black arm. And Iron Man says to Mr. Fantastic, "Oh man, I bet you didn't think that there was a black man under this suit." And Mr. Fantastic said, "No, but I knew there was a man under that suit." And ever since seeing that, I thought that was like one of the greatest things ever written. And I was like, damn, it had me like, I was like, whoa. I was like, I didn't think that comics could do that. So it made me think more. It made me like, realize that comics could be much more than just that.
It's interesting you said that, because this is something I want to bring up and then leave the topic. I want to stay here. Marvel Comics has always been at the precipice of humanity.
Yeah.
Because DC is based on godhood, and Marvel is based on what we said: responsibility, culpability, fallibility, etc. All the entities, like I said. Yeah. And DC only got into racism when the Green Arrow and the Green Lantern did a book together, and a melanated man, I didn't say black, but a melanated man went up to the Green Lantern, and the Green Lantern was trying to curse him out. He was like, "Listen, you say green faces, you say white faces, you say purple faces, but you never do nothing for the black faces." And he walked off, and the Green Lantern was just like, that's the one panel that actually hit me when it came to, that's true. Because when all the Superman cartoons, Batman cartoons, you never see them in the hood.
Right.
But you always see them in mental facilities or corporate America. Spider-Man, one of the most famous things, like you brought up panels, Thanos killed a girl, a little melanated girl. Spider-Man couldn't save her. Spider-Man died too. And Thanos told Death, he took their spirits because he wanted to make her happy and to please her. But because Death was upset, he found value in life and gave them back their lives. That's the stuff that hits me. X-Men, stuff like that. Yeah. Dummie Comics hits me because with Manifesto and Home, it's about human nature and the ability to be cause effective and not reaction effective. Why is it important for the person to tell the story inside of the story instead of just writing a story?
That's a good question. I don't know. It's really like I don't know, like a kind of, I mean, I'm gonna think about it one more time.
Why is it important for the person who creates a story to tell the story within the story and not just write the story?
Interesting. I mean, that's a good question, man. That's a real good question. I don't think I have an answer to that one. I think, why is it important for them to write the story
and tell the story inside of it, rather than just give a story? Like, you could write a story about, all right, let's do a hip hop story.
Okay.
Let's do Ice Cube on Gangsta Fairy Tale.
Okay.
Jack was nimble and Jack was quick. Jumped over the candlestick and burnt his dick. Named bitch to like stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
He's telling the story, but there's something he's saying inside of the story.
Yeah.
You could write a story. All right, Manifesto was a guy. He got done dirty.
Okay, so you're saying like writing something, but then actually saying something.
Something with it, exactly.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I mean, every story has to say something. You know what I mean?
They don't.
But I mean, is that a matter of opinion, or is that a matter of? I feel like that would be like a matter of opinion if you feel. That's a good question.
All right, well, you tell me this.
I would think that. I mean,
what's the story inside of The Sneetches by Dr. Seuss?
What are the Sneetches?
The Sneetches, what's the Sneetches? And the story's about how some of the birds had stars on their stomach, some of them didn't.
Okay.
That's about being different.
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss was a racist bitch.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But that story is about being different. It's about
Yeah.
differences. So that's kind of like racism.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so there was a story inside of the story.
Absolutely.
What the hell was the story inside of the Cat in the Hat?
Nothing.
Think about it. The kids just have fun on a rainy day. So, why is it important to tell the story inside of a story?
Why is it important to tell a story inside of a story? I mean, I think that gives it reason. I mean, you know, reason. There has to be a reason for someone to write something. You don't just write something to write it. You know, I noticed that like if I was just to write something, I could write something for you right now. Doesn't mean you're right. It doesn't mean it'll say anything. But if I took the time and actually thought of it out and thought it all out, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. It all has to do with
answer the question.
I still answer the question. I feel like it has to do with reason. It has to be. I think the underlying fact is that there has to be a reason for you doing something. Now, if you're just writing it to write it, that's one thing. But it still comes. But even that has reason because you're writing. You want to write.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's end the conversation off on a high note because you did a great job. Thank you for the interview.
Absolutely.
I've asked you this before about where do you want Dummie Comics to go in the future. Unfortunately, you're going to have to will this off, leave it to your children because you're not going to be around.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately.
Absolutely.
And that's a loss for the world.
Absolutely.
When anybody passes, especially a creator.
Absolutely.
So 2,000 years from now, when Dummie Comics gets unearthed in the Library of Congress.
Yeah, because we do have stuff in there.
That's right.
Yeah.
I did my homework.
Yeah.
So when the stuff is there and people go back to look at Dummie Comics, what is the legacy that Dummie Comics has established to make more creators and more minds think and more creativity?
I mean, it's just, you know, like what would I think? The legacy that I want to live is I want it to be as incredible as it possibly can be. I want the stories to be good. I want them to be creative. I want all of them to say something, and I want them to all speak to someone or speak to, you know, somebody's inner being. So I definitely want the stuff to be. I want it to be loved, man. I'm down to have if it's not, if I don't want my, you know, I don't write something and think, oh man, this character is gonna be a cultural icon or something like that. So when I think of it, I just want this stuff to live on. I want it to have a fandom. I want people to be excited about it. My hope for the future is just, I've seen like Kevin Eastman, the creator of Ninja Turtles, does Turtle Palooza. You know what I'm saying? There's
He's paid.
Yeah, he's paid. He's super paid.
Ninja Turtles. But yeah,
he's paid. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. See, like I want something like that where, you know, I want it to be able to live on. Like I want like my kids to be able to eat off of it. I want my kids to also create in it, and I want them to do it. So I hope longevity is really what I'm hoping for in the future. That's in all honesty, it's just longevity. Yeah.
Shout out to my future nieces and nephews. That's what's up. So to everybody watching, thank you for watching Heritage Hip Hop. This is my man right here.
Yeah.
Please go support Dummie Comics. We support. We always will.
Yeah.
So everybody, we say peace.
Peace.
And we out.
Real hip hop. Real